Hey there, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm Jennifer Lynn Wales. I help faith-based entrepreneurs and direct sellers take that thing we call life, your home life, with your business, blend them together into a life that you truly love. And today we're going to talk about one thing you should do once a week in your business so that you can get further faster. Hey there, welcome to today's video. Have you ever had one of those weeks that has just flown by? You don't know where all the time went. It was super busy and it was just such a blur. We just had a week like that, but it was a bit more heavy in the medical side of things for us. So we have a medically fragile 4-year-old, and sometimes his needs just are heavier than other times. So in this video, in a little bit, you're gonna see some footage of a fairly tired mama, and now you know why. It's just been one of those things. But in the midst of that, a challenging week like that, there's certain lessons that kind of pop up. And every week I do actually prayerfully consider what I come and talk to you about, because I know you have a busy life. You have other things that you could be doing. So I really appreciate the time that you spend watching the videos here. And I want to make sure that you get something of value out of it. So what happened was there were a couple of days that were just pretty heavy and intense, and I didn't wash my face. Okay, true confession. I was slapping on some cream and things in between everything going on, but I did not wash my face. I was just tired and run down and not washing in my face. So when I jumped in the shower one day, I was like, whoa, like there was a lot of dead skin coming off my face because I had not been routinely washing my face. And as I'm sitting there considering this and thinking about this, I was like, oh, this is kind of like life and kind of like our business. There are things that we skip out on doing that are actually very valuable and effective, and we just glaze over them, or we're not doing them so well. And so I had a moment where I was like, let's just stop. Why do I do the things that I do? Why are you doing the things that you're doing in your business? And so I kind of noticed there was like this little parallel along the line of my nightly routine. So when things are going well and I have the bandwidth, I have this little nighttime skincare routine that I do. And as I was going through it the other night, I was like, oh, this is a good lesson. And oh, that's a good lesson. And it was really interesting. So I'm going to share those little insights with you. But it also brought back this memory that I had of a couple. They're a famous couple. I'm not going to mention their names, but they have this little routine in their marriage where once a week they get together, usually on Sundays, and they have a series of questions that they each ask each other. Same questions, but they take turns to answer and respond so that they get feedback from their spouse, so that they can take a little time to evaluate, where are things at in their relationship? Are they both, coming from the same perspective and on the same page? And it was just a check-in for them to be able to see, how their other spouse is feeling, and making sure that their marriage is on track and course correcting along the way. And I thought, all of a sudden, it's like the pieces of the puzzle came together, and I'm like, oh, so good. So here we go. I'm going to share with you 5 questions that you could take the time every week to just quiet time once a week. So pick a day, whether it's the end of the week, the beginning of the week, to actually sit down and ask yourself these questions so that you can evaluate, are you on track? Is what you're doing actually moving you towards that vision and that mission and that purpose that you said that you have for your business and for your family and for your life? Or have things crept in, like a medically challenging week, or these other things that pop in life, or other, people put demands on your time that is different, and taking a moment weekly to check in and ask yourself these 5 questions that I'm going to show you in just a minute will help you evaluate what went well, what didn't go well, things that need to be adjusted. And then as you actually move through seasons in your business, There, you'll be able to pull out the gems that it's like, okay, next time we head into this season, we're going to do these things because they worked so well last year, and we're going to disregard or tweak or change these other things because they didn't work so well. And it really provides you clarity and helps you make little course corrections along the way instead of great big, all these big course corrections as you've gotten way off track. So here are the 5 questions that popped in my heart and my mind this past week that I think will really help you to ask yourself these once a week. All right, so we're going to dive right in, and here we go. All right, so this is me in my bathroom. Obviously, this is not some Hollywood-produced commercial. This is just me doing my skincare routine so you guys can walk through this process with me. So question 1 is, what did you do well this week? And you could ask this in your personal life or in your business life. What did you do well this week? What actually worked? And this was the inspiration around this whole video in the first place, because sometimes we underestimate the things that we do and the power and the impact that it has. Skipping washing my face for a couple of days had a significant impact on my skin, and not a good one. And so getting back into that routine has already really significantly improved it. And so your question, starting off number 1, is, what did you do well that you can continue doing well and even improve possibly into the future? And what needs to be discarded? What habits are actually not serving you well? Things that need to be washed away, things that need to go down the drain. Here I am using my Skinvigorate brush. I love this because washing my face is one thing, but when you add a tool that makes it more effective, so that was another tip. I'm like, what can you do to get even better at doing what worked well? Is there a way that you could tweak it? Is there a way that you could be more consistent with doing it? Washing your face consistently is one of the biggest things that brings about the best results. The rest of your skincare actually works better if you first wash your face. It gets rid of the dust, the dirt, the grime, the dead skin that can't use those other products anyway. So using that parallel in your business, those are the questions for step 1. So now I'm just rinsing all that stuff off my face, getting rid of the soap, making sure it's all gone, no residue. Yep, like I said, not a professionally produced video. I am completely out of the entire shot at this point. What needs to stay? What can be even improved, right? Like the Skinvigorate brush, what can be improved? Or flip side of that is, what didn't work well that you're not going to do? The next product that's coming up is super exciting. It is a gem of a product, and it actually has time-released retinol in it that helps to tone and tighten and puff up deep lines and wrinkles, and I absolutely love it. And what I thought when I was using this product, it's like exercise. If you use it, you get results from it. So if you exercise, you get results from exercising. But if you stop exercising, you stop getting results. And that's pretty obvious, pretty, plain to see. Any of us that have ever done this know that that works. But my question to you in your business is, what can you automate so that it's happening behind the scenes automatically preset? It would be the same as putting like your running shoes and your workout gear by your bed so that when you wake up in the morning, as you're half asleep, you're automatically just sliding on your workout gear, got your shoes on, and you're half out the door by the time you actually realize you're awake. It's not a dream. You're actually doing this and you're already in motion. So that was my lesson around this, was what can you automate in your business so that you're getting results, whether you are awake, asleep, and using those programs where you can automatically post to all your different social media platforms. That is one of those examples I'd use here. Something that will help you, that you can set up, that is automatically going to work behind the scenes, because this is a place where your voice is heard, where your message gets out there, And if you can set it up so that it's happening, whether you're doing it or not, whether you're physically there or not, that's a big win. Right, the next product here is what I call Spanx for your face. It's a lifting serum. But what do I mean by Spanx for your face? Well, it does stuff for your skin, but in your business, Spanx is like, what do you do that gives you confidence? Like when you pull on your Spanx and you feel like you're all like tight and snazzy and looking good, where do you have confidence in your business and where do you need to build more confidence? And that clarity will help you strengthen the muscles that need a little strengthening. All right, and last but definitely not least is moisturizer. Super important for your skincare. And in your business, this would be like your meat and potatoes. Do you need to like fortify that? Does it need some extra attention? Or do some of those other steps that we just talked about that are a little more specialized, do they need the tweaking? And where are you spending the bulk of your time? And is it being spent in the right place? So those are the questions I'd ask in and around, the moisturize process, the moisturization process of your business. Really evaluate the bulk of your time. Is it being spent in the right place? Do you have things that you can delegate, that you should delegate, that you're not yet? And where can you ask for help for those things? Well, I hope that that was a fun, fresh way to look at some questions you've probably actually asked yourself in your business. But now, every time you wash your face, I hope you hear in your head the questions that I asked when you were washing your face. And when you put on your eye cream and your moisturizers, I hope some of these questions actually come back and have you stopping to think so that you can exponentially grow, so that you can really get traction and move quicker and faster because you'll be constantly doing tiny little tweaks instead of major course corrections. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. That helps me help more women like you in your business. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video.